Once you receive your copy of the Personal Finance Tracker Pro, you'll first be navigated to the home screen. The home screen consists of four different sections, which are the instructions, the setup pages, the analytics tools, and the monthly report pages. The first thing a new user would do is go into the instructions section where they would see step-by-step details on how to set up the system to meet their unique needs. The first thing you would need to do is go into the budget setup page. Here you'd enter in your gross monthly income estimate, your monthly estimate for retirement contribution as well as tax withholding, and then how much money you'd like to have left over at the end of each month. After that, you would go into setting up your custom expense categories. I have some suggestions over here, but you can certainly use your own as well. Then you'll enter in a monthly budget for each of these. Down here you'll see the remaining budget you have to work with based on the numbers you put up here. For the final category, you can see that as you enter in values, the remaining budget will automatically update. The next thing you would need to do is go into the account setup page and enter in your liability, asset, and retirement accounts. These are the ones that you want to keep track of. The liability accounts are things like credit cards, student loans, auto loans. The asset accounts are things like cash, checkings, savings. And then the retirement accounts are things like the traditional 401k or something like a Roth IRA. After you have those entered, you're done with the setup. All you have to do is at the end of each month, you'll go into the monthly report page. Here you can see your expense categories have automatically been ported over, as well as your accounts that you entered. You'll just need to enter in your individual expenses for each of those categories, and for the first month, you'll need to enter in the beginning balance of all of your accounts, and then after that, you just need to enter in the ending balance for each month. Then you'll enter in your actual gross income, retirement contribution, and tax withholding, as these might vary from your estimates during the setup process. Then your total expenses will be automatically calculated based on your entries over here, and then it'll give you a net income calculation for the month as well as your current net worth. You'll also get a monthly expense summary where you can see each of your categories, how much you spent, and then how much you have remaining on your budget compared to that spending. The bottom right will give you a cash flow chart showing you how much money you brought in, how much you spent, and then how much you had left over as net income. You'll continue this process for each month throughout the year, and then you'll also have access to a range of analytics tools, such as the cash flow tool. This one will show you your monthly inflow, outflow, and net income throughout the year. The liability accounts tool will show you your liability account balances as you go throughout the year. Ideally, you want these to be declining and trending towards zero. A similar tool is the asset tool. Like the liability accounts, it'll track your balances throughout the year. And then you'll also have a tool to track your retirement account balances throughout the year. A tool that I particularly like is the expenses timeline. This shows you your expenses budget for each one of your categories, shown as the dotted white line, as well as your actual spending in those categories throughout the year. This is particularly valuable because it helps you figure out where you can help cut down and maybe some areas that you can afford to spend a little bit more money. The budget analysis is essentially a tabular form of the previous chart that we looked at. Here you can see for each month how you did on your budget categories, and then you can also look at a single budget category for how you performed throughout the year in that category. And you'll also be able to get remaining balances for each month compared to your goals, as well as overall throughout the year. The yearly activity chart will show you a number of plots, one of which in the top left will show you your trailing net income and net worth throughout the year. The top right chart will show you a breakdown of your expenses by percentage in a pie chart form, and the bottom left will show you an absolute dollar amount of the pie chart form. And then the bottom right, you can see your yearly inflow, outflow, and then net income. Currently, this report isn't filled out, but once you finish your final December monthly report, the ending balances will be filled in, and you can see the starting and ending balances of each of your accounts, as well as your total spend in each of your budget categories, and then how you came in versus your budget. Then you'll also be able to see your total gross income for the year, how much you put away for retirement, how much you paid in taxes, and then what your total expenses were. And then finally, you'll get to see your net income for the year and then your final net worth at the end of the year. Thank you for watching, and please feel free to reach out at the email listed below if you have any questions. Thank you.